Now, the man who attempted to murder two elderly men by setting them on fire as they left separate mosques has been sentenced to an indefinite hospital order. Mohammed Abbkr nearly killed Hashi, Odowa and Mohammed Rayaz outside mosques last year. And Jack Carson has this exclusive report.
Two men doused in petrol and set alight. 82-year-old Hashi Odowa and 70-year-old Mohammed Rayaz had just attended prayers when Mohammed Abbkr attempted to murder them on their way home. Originally from Sudan, Abbkr came to the UK seeking asylum in 2017 and was granted leave to remain in 2019. In February last year, he attempted to kill Mr Odowa as he made his way to a neighbour's car outside the West Ealing Islamic Centre in West London. In this footage released by West Midlands Police, Abbkr is seen following the 82-year-old leaving the mosque. He engages in conversation before pouring petrol on him from a water bottle and setting it alight. During the trial, Birmingham Crown Court heard how the 29-year-old Sudanese man told Mr Odowa, "I swear in the name of Allah, in the name of God, you will know me." A month later, 70-year-old Mohammed Rayaz suffered serious burns, particularly to his head, in a second attack by Abbkr, this time near a mosque 100 miles away in Edgbaston. In March, Mr Rayaz was followed for more than 5 minutes after leaving the prayer hall of Birmingham's Dudley Road Mosque. CCTV shows Abbkr within feet of him as they passed a Caribbean food store. There's a confrontation between the two as 70-year-old Rayaz pushes Abbkr back in an attempt to get him to leave him alone. Like his previous attack, Abbkr takes a clear plastic bottle from a rucksack, pours petrol on his coat and sets it on fire. In this photo released by the Rayaz family, the extent of the injuries can be seen just 24 hours after the attack. Evidence collected by West Midlands Police shows how badly his clothes were burnt. Chief Inspector Haroon Chugtai of Birmingham Police describes the attacks.
These were horrific, unprovoked attacks on men in their 70s and 80s. These were two men who had left their mosques after their prayers, very close to Ramadan starting, so you can understand the tensions and the fears in the wider Muslim community. You can see from the CCTV that these attacks were planned. You can hear from the screams of Mr Rayaz, which were caught on CCTV, that he must have been in indescribable pain. The victims have been left with lasting injuries and significant mental trauma. I'd like to thank them and their families for the courage that they've shown and the support that they've provided to us throughout this ordeal.
During the trial, the court heard from psychiatrists who said Mohammed Abbkr was suffering from paranoid schizophrenia at the time of the attacks. The 29-year-old believed the people he had set on fire were among several controlling him through magic. Jurors deliberated for more than 7 hours over 2 days, having been asked to consider whether Abbkr should be found not guilty by reason of insanity. In the end, he was found guilty of attempted murder, and after sentencing today, the victims and their families finally have justice. Jack Carson, GB News.
OK, let's cross live now to Jack Carson. Jack, a heinous and premeditated set of attacks, yet Abbkr was handed a hospital order and not sent to prison. Why is that?
Well, there was lots for the judge in this sentencing today to consider. We heard from one of the clinicians that's currently looking after Abbkr, as he was already been reprimanded in a secure mental hospital undergoing treatment for his schizophrenia. Now, we heard from that clinician about his belief that a hospital order was the right course of action for the sentence. Because of the level of schizophrenia that Abbkr is currently being treated for, they don't still know yet, we heard in court today, whether he might actually be treatment resistant and have a treatment resistant form of schizophrenia. He will have to undergo an extensive course of therapy and also more extreme doses of treatment, and so the best way in order to ensure that treatment could be administered, in the judge's view in sentencing today, was through a hospital order. Given a custodial sentence, there was risks about the risks to prison staff, to also other inmates as well, and also the fact that under the Mental Health Act, the treatment can't be forced in a custodial sentence, whereas a treatment can be properly administered throughout a hospital order. Now, this is an indefinite hospital order. There is no length particularly on this sentence, but the judge did say that it's highly likely he will require lifelong treatment for his illness.